Okay, moving on to another word. We have the word optimism. Who has that word?
So an optimism is a feeling of hope or cheerfulness, and it also matches with optimistic, which means cheerful and hopeful.
Yes, there's different forms of this word. So optimism is a feeling of hope or cheerfulness.
I often have a feeling of optimism at the beginning of the week because everything is new and I have all these great plans and I've had a nice restful weekend. So my feelings of optimism are very high. But on Friday, after a full week of work and play, I feel a little bit less optimism.
You are the opposite then, a little bit pessimistic.
Yes.
Yeah, you have pessimism, which is the opposite of optimism. How about you, Evan?
So at the end of the week, the student felt optimism when he got to go back home to play video games.
Yes, doing something you enjoy absolutely increases one's feelings of optimism.
Every year on my birthday, I feel a lot of optimism. I get a lot of gifts, and later at dinner, I get to go to Mandarin Buffet and try to conquer all the food, even though it's like an avalanche for me to conquest.
Well, certainly, because if you enjoy something, okay, that gives you a feeling of optimism. So we all know, our regular listeners know, how much Justin enjoys food.
Yes.
So his birthday brings him an opportunity to have lots of food at, what did you call it, Mandarin Buffet? And that means he has a feeling of optimism.
Yes.
Because he gets to engage in his favorite activity, or one of his favorite activities, we should say.
You can use that word as an adjective to describe Justin. He's optimistic about his birthday. He is an optimist. He is one who looks at things in the most positive way, a cheerful, hopeful person. The opposite of an optimist is a pessimist, somebody who complains and doesn't look at life in a good way. You can say that she sees everything as gray or black. But an optimistic person sees things as sunny and hopeful and blue. Do you know anybody who's an optimist? Yes, Kurt.
My mom is always trying to be optimistic because sometimes we're like negative.
In America, we have this thing called Optimus Prime in Transformers, but he's kind of unhappy normally and looks at stuff darkly.
Okay, so it's a fictional person.
And they actually call him an optimist?
His name was apparently Optimus Prime.
But he's really a pessimist.
It sounds like some kind of joke.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a sentence they can use with optimist? Skylar, let's have you try optimist.
I was feeling like an optimist when I went into trying to eat the entire icing off of the cake, but afterwards my stomach felt like a balloon.
So because you were in pain, you no longer felt like an optimist. That makes sense.
Okay. Evan, do you know anybody who's an optimist? Can you name an optimist in your life?
Maybe like myself when I get to play video games.
Okay.
I get really happy.
It seems like pleasure brings optimism.
Yes. Skylar, can you think of something in your life that makes you cheerful or hopeful or optimistic?
Not eating the icing off of the
No.
All right, so Skylar is probably feeling not optimistic today because he's got a stomach ache.